Welcome back to our education channel here on YouTube. My name is Peter Gosling, the owner of Glassbox Barbershop, and today we're going to take you through the crop mullet. Okay, this has become a very popular haircut. We've been seeing it a lot, and it's very fashion forward, but it's a lot of fun. I know a lot of people are interested on how I approach these sort of haircuts. They are creative, but they're really fun for in the salon. Again, being creative, working on set, video shoots, whatever it might be. We're definitely focusing a little bit more on the fashion forward haircut today. So join me. We're gonna go through and take you guys through step by step of how we're gonna attack a crop mullet. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put in our sectioning pattern. So hang tight, we're gonna show you a full 360 of the sectioning pattern, and that's where we're gonna begin our haircut today. Perfect, so we're gonna be working to our finger razor. Okay, if you don't have a finger razor, you don't have a cutting razor, I suggest you get one. Really fun tool to work with in the salon. We'll leave a link in the bio below if you guys are looking for razors. We do sell them, so that's the shameless self-promotion. But let's jump right in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work with a nice perimeter line in here, but something softer, okay? Taking small sections, okay, just to put in that perimeter. Nice tension, again, nice and clean. Nice tension, and just bringing up that length quite a bit. Coming at the hair with the 45, nice clean strokes, okay? Just removing that excess length, okay? And if you have to go back and refine, don't worry, we don't want anything perfect, okay? Again, working side to side, make sure you're choking up on your comb, nice tension, okay? And I'm very gentle with this. If you feel like it's ripping, then you're obviously ripping the hair. You really want to make sure that you're going through and giving it a nice clean slice, okay? And if you hear or it feels like it's ripping, don't rip the hair because it's going to frizz on you, okay? But I'm really, really, really happy with that. Let's bring that length up a little bit more. Okay, and I'm just seeing how it sits. Beautiful. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna work horizontally up the head, everything coming to that same perimeter, okay, nice and clean. Perfect, so we've brought everything down to our perimeter. Obviously we worked all the way up to the top. Everything came down and matched that perimeter. We're happy with our choice of length. Now what we want to do is we want to remove some weight and put in a layer, just so it's not sitting so bulky and a little tighter to the head. So we're going to work to the scissor, okay? And we're going to place in a nice little layer, and it's going to sit a lot tighter, and we're going to really focus on removing some of that bulk because he's got a lot of hair, okay? So follow me through as we take it to the layer. Perfect, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna work to the layer, and as you can see, I'm gonna use my perimeter as my shortest point to help me build my square layer, okay? Now, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different today because we're gonna be working with a square layer on the vertical, but we're gonna be following it horizontal, okay, into a round shape, okay? If I was over directing, it would probably create square here and square here, but today we're actually gonna follow the head shape. So vertically, it's gonna be square, horizontally, it's gonna be round because we're gonna remove that corner, okay? But once again, what we wanna be focused on right now is where to get our length from, and that's from the bottom, okay? This might be the most challenging portion. You might wanna tilt the head a little bit forward, not too much because you don't wanna create too much graduation, okay? And we're just gonna bring it straight out, looking for that shortest point. 1, 2, 3. Combs going in, fingers coming behind. 1, 2, 3, okay? And then we can add, all right? If you feel like the section is too big and there's too much hair, break down your sections, okay? Everything's coming straight off the head. As you can see, combs going in straight to the root, fingers coming behind it. 1, 2, 3. Last but not least, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that is the layer. And as you can see, that's sitting beautifully just around the occipital bone. We don't want to go too short, but at the same time, we want to make sure we're taking some of that weight out, okay? So I'm going to work side to side, okay? Everything's going to be directed, okay, off of the head, all right? We're going to be following the head shape, something round, okay? Just to eliminate that corner. So we're going to just work through this now, okay? So we've worked the first side, again, cutting line was square, vertically off the head, but we're putting in a horizontally round shape. So that means section came from here, 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 and here, okay, just to create that round shape, okay? So we're gonna work the side 2, back to our profile guide, as you can see, all right? And now we've already cut this portion, so if you wanna work clean, you can clip that away, okay? Back to our profile guide, and we're gonna work side 2 now. Beautiful, so our layer is now in there, as you can see, but it's still long and it's still sitting really nice to the head. I'm just going through with my loose tooth comb. Okay, we also sell these if you need them. We'll leave the link in the bio. Okay, and this just helps us see how the hair is sitting. Okay, and it's sometimes nice to see it how it's broken up, but this is sitting beautifully now. And as you can see, we've removed some of that bulk. Okay, but we have a really nice shape, a little bit tighter in here, and once we do a nice blow dry, it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's move to the sides and then to the top. So need to go back through and make sure the hair is nice and wet so we have the same consistency, but we're going to be working with some disconnection here now. Okay, the sides and the top are not going to be connected to the back. Okay, and I'm just going to work with our diagonal back, nice and clean, parallel from the head, and just taking off that unwanted length. Okay, last section, again, this is going to be disconnected from the back. All right, if you can't see your guide, don't cut. There's the guide there. Taking that down. Okay, but as you can see, it does actually blend quite nicely, even though you can see that it's quite disconnected. But the layer is sitting here, the cross graduation is sitting there, but we're gonna make sure that that visually looks connected. And that's gonna be a lot of fun to play with, okay? So what we do on one side, we're gonna do to the other, and we're just gonna work the exact same system to match the length on the other side. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to work to the front now. And as you can see, the fringe is sitting quite long right now. We still want to have some hair on the face, but we're going to use our graduation on the sides to sort of gauge where we want that fringe to sit. Okay, as you can see, I've taken a section away from the top because we are going to work with a layer up here, but we want to set the perimeter in the front here to the choice of length that we want to work with, okay? But as you can see, it's sitting a little bit long right now, but really I'm looking at that diagonal back or that cross graduation as sort of a point of reference of where I want to sort of bring that fringe in, okay? So follow along, here we go. We're gonna take some length off here, okay? Once again, you wanna be mindful of any cowlicks, but his hair is actually sitting quite nice, and we're just gonna bring that length up. Okay, and I think a big, really important part of working with these styles of haircuts is style as you go. See how it's sitting, you know? It's really, really a lot of fun, and you can see that's really gonna be quite a fun sort of British bad boy haircut. Okay, I'm just gonna work to the other side now. Just working that fringe in. And this fringe is also gonna dictate the rest of the haircut on top, okay? Because I'm gonna use that length on the fringe to put my layer in, because it's definitely sitting a little bit heavy, but that's actually sitting quite nice into my graduation. We're gonna just take a nice center profile here and work back to our scissor. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a piece of the fringe here, all right, in that section, and use that as our guide to place in our layer. Okay, looking for that shortest point from the fringe. There it is, right there. And we're just gonna point cut that. Okay, and I'm gonna work to the point cut because I want something softer. Okay? Okay, so we're gonna be going with our ceremony product, okay? This is the cream and this is the sea salt, okay? The sea salt's gonna put some grit in the hair, okay? Because I want it to be a little bit beachy, okay? But not like overly expanded. But the cream is actually gonna be the real antidote to this haircut. And the reason being is because this is gonna put some weight in the hair, okay? It's gonna give it that sort of dirty look, but not greasy, but it's gonna put some weight on the hair, so it's gonna prevent it from getting too large and poofy and that sort of really clean look, okay? So the cream is really gonna be important. So again, sea salt and cream in this haircut, fantastic combination. I'm gonna show you guys how I apply it. Okay, and as you can see, I'm just scrunching that product through, getting that through to the mid shaft and the ends, okay? And then what I'm gonna do with my sea salt from a distance, just a couple sprays, okay? And that's it. Very, very easy way to apply the product. Now we're gonna go through with our blow dry. All right, we're gonna go through and we're gonna keep that nice and tight, all right? But again, we're gonna work to the diffuser and we're not gonna touch it, and we're just gonna dry the hair nicely.
Oh yeah, it's great.
So there you have it, a very cool Noel Gallagher, Oasis, George Harrison styled crop mullet, okay? Just a quick recap that I want to take you through. Again, we started in the back, we worked with our perimeter, brought our length up to our desired length, then we worked to a layer, finding the shortest point in the back to help build that layer. The sides are disconnected, we use some cross graduation, okay? And then we use the cross graduation as a reference for the front to put in that perimeter line as well. And then we just worked with something square on the top, okay? Now, the big trick for these haircuts I find is we don't want to over blow dry them, okay? So at the end of the day, really, this has probably been taken about 85% dry. There's still a tiny bit of moisture in there, okay? And we worked with a little bit of personalization and styling. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching another tutorial with myself and Glassbox Education. Please make sure to follow and subscribe, and if there's any tools, products that you need, we will leave them below. We'll see you next time, and we're always happy to share free education with you on our YouTube channel.